All right, you guys, here's another episode of Roulette Ain't Easy. All right, so here's one of my favorite red and black strategies. So we're going to do it at the $10 level, and it's $500 bankroll. Okay, now what I'm using here too is called Roulette Royale, so it's a good way to practice. So what I do is I look at the last number rolled, it was black, so we go with black. So we're following the ball, okay? Okay, so we're going to bet $10 right there, and I'll explain the progressions, what you do after wins and what you do after a loss. The main thing is keep checking your session win, okay? So I'll explain more of that in a minute, but our goal on $500 bankroll is to win 100 bucks. So let's get into it. All right, first spin here. This one's been very successful for us, so let's see if it continues here. I actually have a friend on a cruise and he's playing this right now. And he's been doing very well. It's his 5th day on the cruise. So it was red. We lost that one. Now we bet 1 unit right here. After a loss, we go up 2 units. So there's 1 unit, 2, 3 units. Okay. So from 1 unit to 3 units. So it goes, we're using $10. So it goes 10, 20, 30. You keep adding 20 more dollars or 2 more units. Okay. Here we go. And you keep following the color too. So we lost again. All right. So now we go to black. Remember, we were at level 3. Now we add 2 more units, which is 50 bucks. Okay. And let's look. We're down. We're down 40. And sometimes it starts off like that. It's all right. Let's see if we can come back. All right. Now I want to show you the advantages of doing that. So look, we lost 2 times, we won 1, we're up $10. So now our new session high is 10. When we keep going, we want to make sure that we always go win more than 10, okay? Before we reset, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we go back to 10 because we reset, that's our new session high. So $10 or 1 unit. If you're doing this at the quarter level, you'd go $25 and then 3 $25 chips would be 75. That gets really expensive, okay? You could do it at the $5 level too. You can go 5 and then 15, 25. So we lost that one again. So what do? We go to red and we go to 3 units. We went from 1 unit to 3 units. And let's check out. I want you to keep watching this. We're at 0 right now. If we win this one, so we're even, we'll be up $30, right? Because we just bet $30. And there it is right there. So check this out. We are up $30. Even though we won one and lost one, we won up. Now, obviously, any system we can win, but this system, it takes like 8, 9 whacks to really lose, okay? Can it happen? Yes. Now we go back, we reset, because remember, we're at $30. That's our new session profit. So now that's our new base that we want to try and maintain. We go back to $10, our 1 unit, okay? And we spin. So yeah, I'll be playing this system as I'm playing maybe my 5 double streets at the same time. And I'm keeping track of this one to see how much I'm winning and upping my bets, okay? So now let's look. Now we're up $40 and we just repeat the bet because that's our new session high. And we go out 1 unit. So you could go 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, right? It happens. Okay, so we lost that one. So now we're only up $30. That was 1 unit. Now we got to bet 3 units on black and spin it. So now I'll start going a little faster. I like to be very detailed in what we're shooting after here. And we won again. And remember, if you're only buying in with $500, $60 would be a good win goal too, right? I'm actually, since I'm making a YouTube video and they need to be at least like 8 minutes long, I'm trying to make $100, okay? And on this simulator, it goes extremely fast. So we won again. Our new session high is 60. So anytime we have some losses and then we have some wins, we need to make sure that we're above 60 before we reset. So now that this is our new session high, we go 1 unit on black again, and we start over. Every time we make a new session high, we reset back to base, which is one $10 unit. Another new session high. Now we're at 70, right? So I keep a little like pencil with me, and you can write down, or to make it easy, just stack up some chips and you'll put 70 off to the side. That way you know that you're up that much. All right. So we won another one, and we just stay at the base, $10. Usually this system you hit within 4 or 5 spins, so it's very effective, right? It's when you have the 8 or 9 in a row that you got to limit your bankroll. Okay, so we lost, that one was red. Now we go 1, 2, 3 units on red. Following the ball. If the ball goes red, we go red. And I'll tell you another one too that I like to do that is very tough to lose against because it doesn't happen that often. So let's see where we are in it. We're already at $90. We're almost at 20% of what we wanted to win, right? So $500, if we get up 100, that's 20%. That really isn't a realistic goal. You want to try and shoot 10 or 15%. When you start getting 20%, it's tough, okay? Now, one more unit on red. That was the last color spun. Yeah, sometimes just be satisfied, right? You get a $50 win, 10%, which we just did. Look, already up $100, okay? So normally what I would do right here is, as I'm playing with Sandy and I'm playing my 5 double streets, right? So I'm playing my 5 double streets right here. And I'm playing this strategy at the same time. I'm playing 2 strategies at the same time, okay? And now, by playing 2 strategies, don't get me wrong, my bets are higher, and therefore I'm getting more comps, right? So that helps. And I'm trying to win on this strategy to even balance out my 5 double streets. All right, so back to business. We're up $100. Right now, I would be gone, okay? Or maybe stop playing this system, okay? So we're going to continue with it. Our new session high is 100, and we have got about $10 on red. Here we go. So yeah, I have a friend on a cruise right now. He's playing this with 5 double streets, and he's doing really well. So super cool to hear. All right, one again. Now we're at 110. Same thing, new session high. We reset back to base, which is still 1 unit, which is $10 for us. And here we go. Yeah, so this is called Roulette Royale. I use this on my computer to play and on my phone to practice. Okay, so we lost 1 unit right there. Okay, it knocked down our win back to, we're only up $100 to 110. So we lost 1 unit. What do? We go up to 3 units on the color that just hit. Remember that. So remember, any system can lose. We like playing these systems over time because they're fun. This one's easy to follow, but we haven't had too many losses in a row, so we're going to get challenged right now, I can tell, right? So we just lost 2 right here, and it went back to red. So now we go up to 5, right? Because this was level 3. Now we go to level 5 and spin. I can tell after a while, this thing just starts challenging, and it's like, you've won enough. It's time for us to get you. See what I mean? It's just like, black, red, black, red, black, and it's like, come on. All right, so now we were at 5 there. We got to go to 7. Let's see. Yep, I knew the 0 was going to come into play. And sometimes what I do to get like a free spin, right, because I'm still getting time at the table, I would just hit spin right here until the color comes up. I wouldn't even make a bet. So the person spinning the ball, I would just tell them, hey, I want to spin, and because I don't want to hit back-to-back zeros. That really sucks. Unless you're playing the 0, right? I don't play the 0 systems too often. Okay, so remember we lost 7 on the last, and I want you to see how fast it goes down. Look, now we're minus 50, right? Because we lost what? We lost at 10, 30, 15, we lost 4 times in a row. So now we got to go up to 90 on this one. Okay. And if you're looking at your base, you're only down 50, you could really go back to 70, right? So that you're not trying to recover too fast. Because this, your bets can start getting up high. Next one's going to go to 110, 130, 150. I want to get a win right here so I can show you what we start doing when we reset and how fast this thing comes back. And of course, this machine's saying, not today. It's so weird on this machine. I swear, it's like once you get 10, 15%, it's like you're not going to keep winning. Okay, I'm going to show you right now. So we were at 9 right there. Now we got to go to 11. So this is definitely going to take us a while to claw back. And we're going to need about 2 or 3, about 3 wins in a row. It's going to be challenging. There's a good one. Okay, so we won 110. Click off of that. And look, we're still down $30. And look how many losses we had in a row, though, right? Loss, 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 loss. We're still down only $30. Now, let's look at our last win. We won 110. Now we go back to 90. We come down 2 units, and we still stick with black. So let's go down to 90. Okay. And if we win here, remember, we were minus 30. We should be up 60. But, of course, we lost. It's all good. So from 90, now we go up to 110. Remember, it's hard to lose a whole bunch of times in a row. You can. And, of course, this machine's going to try and prove it, right? I swear it does. It comes after you with vengeance right here. So minus 110. Look, I want to show you where we're at. We're probably at 200 some dollars. Yeah, look, right? So we bet, what was the last one? 110? Yeah, we lost 110. So now we got to go to 130. This thing will come back. You'll see. I got faith in it, even with this crazy machine. So I can't wait. I'm getting a regular roulette wheel to use, and that's going to be so nice. It's going to be so nice. All right, so we won 130 right there. Look, now we're only down 100, right? So we stick right there. We bet 130. Now we bet 110. 110. And if we win this one, we should be back in the positive. Come on. There it is. So let's check out our stats. So if we look at our stats, now we're at $10. We're ahead. Now we would normally, let me show you some. Our last bet was 110, right? We're supposed to go down to 90, right? I'm going to treat this like we're up $10, and that's going to be my new starting thing. I want to lower my bets so that I'm not up here at the $100 level, because that starts creeping up really fast. So I'm going to go back to the $10 level and reset, okay? So remember, if we would have walked away at that one and not pushed it, we'd have been okay. So here we go, starting at $10 on black. It's like we're resetting, we're up $10. So we've played all that amount of time, and some of our bets were in the $100 range. And look, we're even. And if you're in a casino, this is taking a while, right? You're getting a lot of time on the table, and you're getting some points. So right now we're back to even. Now it was green. I would take a free spin. So here we go, taking a free spin. Just a second, because that way I see what color I want to follow. All right, so black. So now, remember last time we lost 1 unit on black. Now we have to bet 3 units. And you watch, this thing's going to come back now. And we'll get back to $100 in profit. You'll see. Boom. All right, so now let's look. We were up $30. So we reset, go back to just 10, right? 1 unit. So I believe in keeping my units low, okay, and resetting. Whenever you can, it's always safe so that you don't get those big runs when you're losing a lot in a row. So we lost 1 unit there. We go up 3 units. And here's how it works a lot of times. You lose, win, lose, win. So I might lose 10, but win 30. Lose 10, win 30. And that's very effective, right? Now, obviously, I lost 30 there, so I go up to 50. And if you remember, I bet 30 and 10. So I'm down 40, but if I win 50, I'll be up $10. So that's kind of how the system works if you look at it like that. You could lose a couple in a row and still come out ahead. Of course, This machine, man, I'm telling you, this little system. So look, now we're down 60. We got to go up to 70 because that was 5 units there. Now we have to go 7 units. All right, 7 units, which is $10 each, $70. Very simple to follow along. This thing's red, black, red, black. You don't really see that too often. I mean, you do when you play a lot like me, but it's like, how many times have you seen it when I'm playing this crazy machine? All right, so now we go back to black and we're betting 9 units, okay? Yeah, that's why I can't wait till I get a regular wheel. It'd be so nice. Okay, so we won that one. Let's check out our stats. We're down 40 because remember, we lost like 4 or 5 in a row. Now, from 90, we go back down to 70. And at least this is kind of like showing you, hey, like even when it's struggling, you're getting slapped around. 4 or 5 losers in a row. Wait till we have 4 or 5 winners in a row. This thing comes back. So look, that's only 2 winners in a row, and we're up 30. So that's our new session high. Remember, we're at 10, and now we're at 30. We reset, okay? Reset back down to base. Remember, my last one was 70. I could come back down to 50, but I'm at a new profit high because it's like we reset at $10. We're up 30. I like to reset back to base to keep my bets as low as possible, okay? So that you can go on that run and keep increasing by 2 units. And it's a good thing I did too because we lost that one. So remember, we lost $10, but we're going to go up 3 now, okay? Whoops. So we lost 1 unit, betting 3. So this one would be a nice one if we hit. And we did. So now we're at 50. Remember, we were at 30 was our high. Now 50 is our high. And you see, if we lose one and win one, we're going to just start racking up money, okay? That's a good combination to have. So now that we're new session profit, we only have to bet $10, 1 unit. So yeah, this is why I like playing this one at the same time when I'm playing my 5 double streets, because I'm really I'm trying to win on both of them, but I'm getting rated on both of them at the same time. And then this one's super easy to remember. So I lost 1 unit there. I bet 3. And here we go. And red. So we lost that one. So we lost 1 unit, 3 units. Now we bet 5 units on red. Always following the last color. Now I told you I would teach you the other one that I like. And we got this one. Very nice. So now we're at 60. Remember, our session high was 50. Now we're at 60. We're doing good. So another one that I like, but it's hard for me to follow, especially when I'm talking with my wife and other people. This one, I can just know, hey, the last one was red. I bet on red. Another way that I like to do it is 2 red, 2 black, 2 red, 2 black, 2 red, 2 black. If you ever look at the board, you will rarely see 2 red, 2 black, 2 red, 2 black to wipe you out. Usually they hit it like a repeater with a couple, 3 reds, and so within 4 or 5 spins, you usually win on that one. All right, so let's go back. We're at 60. So we're resetting back to $10. But I want to show you different ways. And some people like going away from the ball. Some people like following it. I like following it because sometimes you see some crazy. And I've seen more often than not like 11 reds in a row. And then I have somebody come up to the table. Hey, I'm going to bet on black. And they bet on black. And I'm like, loser. And sure enough, that trend just continues. I don't like to bet against it. So we're going to new session high of 70, 1 unit again. And here we go. Need a couple more wins to see if we can get in that another $100. Okay, so we lost 1 unit right there. We go to 3 and spin. Now I know we were up $100 and we ended up losing that because we kept going, right? We're trying to reset, win $100 again. 90. So we need 1 more win, 1 more $10 unit. We're gonna bet on black. And I don't know what it is, I'm telling you about this machine, but like once you win, like I told you, like 15, 20%, bam. You saw it was just going red, black, red, black, red, black. Okay, so we lost that one, 1 unit. Last one was red. Now we go to 3 units. So in our case, units is $10. We're at $30, 3 units. And there we go. We're going to be above another $100, right? Now we're at $110. We start with 500, won 110. I played it 2 times basically. Okay. I won 100 fast, and then we kept going, right? And then we got smacked and we tried to get back up to 100 again. So this just shows you how it recovers. And there will be a couple times where you're in the $100 range and you get smacked. When you increase your bet only by 20, at least we're not going 50, 100, 150, 200, you know what I mean? Or 100, 200, 300. It gradually gets up there, but then when you're coming back down the ladder and the spins start going in your favor, you recover fast. The key, remember, the key is keep track of your new session high, because that's when I reset as quick as possible. If you learn anything from me, try and keep your bets as low as possible when you're playing these systems, so that you can go up the ladder, and when you come back down, it's more favorable. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.